All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to another stream of Karthik Bills. And my name is Karthik Raghupati. And in this stream, I usually build stuff that interests me and just try along and try to do learn new stuff about Alexa. Okay. Today is May 6th. Okay. Is there an echo? Okay. Hey Satya, welcome to the stream and thanks for finding that out. Um, you know what? I've been meaning to do that for a while, um, but let's try this on the stream itself today. Um, Yeti mic patterns. I have a Yeti mic and sounds like I'm doing a different mic now. Uh, Not sure what's changed. Uh, Let me just check, folks. Does okay? So this is mode number one. Does mode number one sound okay to you, folks? Mic testing. Hello, hello. Mic testing. Hello. Okay. What about? Okay. This is mode number two, and I guess this is where the echo was coming in from. So I guess this is a no go, but just let me know if mode 2 is any better. Then I'm just going to go to this is mode number 3, and I'm not sure if mode number 3 is better. But yeah, this is mode number 3, and I can see the audio jumping a little less, but I'm not sure if that's how echo patterns get detected. But this is mode number 3, and this is the last mode. Okay, and last but not the least, this is mode number 4, and yeah, this is mode number 4. I hope this. Okay, is this cider? Any speakers nearby? It doesn't look like that. I'm just sitting in um, I'm just sitting in this really huge room, Satya. So it's like literally, if I just show you the room, this is like a huge room with no wall gardens or anything. So I kind of feel that might be the issue. I'm most certainly sure that is the issue. So I think I'll just come back to mode number 3, and maybe I'll just lose the gain a bit. Uh, yeah, does changing? Yeah, I did change my positions. I was initially in a different room, totally different room, but well, not from the last stream. I've been sitting here forever. I mean, I can just sit here, just a bit here, but yeah, I don't think that's the issue. Uh, but yeah, yes, startup Saratana, looking to solve the issues of the sound issue. Um, hey Dipanshu, welcome to the stream. Okay, how does this one sound, guys? Does this sound better? And this actually, hello, hello. Yeah, does this sound better now? I kind of adjusted something like a sound volume bar that was there under mic, and I think That should have solved it. Okay, but yeah, I do need to um, get to. Okay, I think then it was the issue of whatever there was there on the mic and aux button. But anyways, hey, welcome to the stream, everyone. Today's stream is going to be slightly shorter. I'm going to wrap up by 10 o'clock, so almost like an hour from now, because I've got some work calls to do. Um, I hate work calls that I have to take up uh, because of different time zones. I don't hate it, but yeah, you know, I just don't like this entire time zone things. But yeah, I've got some work calls, and that means we won't be able to stream for 2 hours as we planned tonight. But yes, let's see what we can do today. Um, in the last stream, I asked for requests on what I can cover in the streams, and a couple of requests that came in was one was how to learn how to use cloud formation for Alexa skills. I'm going to take a bit of time to learn about cloud formation though, so I'm not going to be able to do that on today's stream. Um, but I will be doing those in the upcoming streams. Um, yeah, so that's something I'll be doing. But for now, we'll be continuing building the game that we were building and kind of get it to the place where we actually publish it and hopefully see users coming in and actually using it, right? So um, it has always been my kind of a dream project to build a really good game on top of Alexa and have users use it. Well, why not try it now when I'm working at the Alexa team? Um, I I know startup like there are no rebound of sound from walls. I know, just that the problem is I do have a plan to get something on top of the mic to just kind of have that buffer and everything. But the problem is with the non-essentials not being delivered, I can't get anything right now on it, on Amazon. So I'll just wait till the non-essentials are being delivered. Anyways, let's jump right in. Where's the code? Okay, so let's visit our developer console. Keep hydrating, folks. All right. So I'm going to the developer console, go to the Alexa skills kit, and let's test out the skill now. And let's open up AWS console as well. Now, while we are loading that, so the last time, what we did here was, uh, if you folks remember, we built a interceptor, and what the interceptor used to do was get the current user's detail from the database, and it would save it in the user session, so we don't have to call the API again and again, or rather we don't have to call DynamoDB API again and again. So that was what we were planning to do. Now, so that now that that's built up, what we are looking to do right now is kind of have the first question play out, um, and see if we can kind of get that entire experience going, right? And so this was our experience. You say open the dialog quiz, there's an intro sound, and then Alexa says I'm going to play an audio clip of a dialogue from a movie, blah blah blah. And to get started, I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'll play an audio clip of Marlon Brando from Godfather, and you have to answer when I ask you to. And then the user says Marlon Brando from Godfather, and just give the correct answer, right? So that's what we are going to do for the first time user. That's what we are going to build. So let's see how we can go about doing that. I've got another cool idea. Just let me know if you folks like that idea. What do you think about that idea? But one of the ideas that I was planning to do one of these days, and I'm not sure if AWS has this, but basically, I got some of these Blink, not some of these, but just one Blink, uh, you know, USB. And this is a fun thing in the sense that this is controlled by the API. It can be controlled by API, and when I plug it in, and this is the trouble with working with a MacBook or streaming on a MacBook rather. Just not enough ports to put in your USB slots, but USB wires. But there we go. Yeah, so I've got one of these Blink lights, right? And the cool thing about this is it's controlled via an app called as Blink Control. And this was something that I was hoping to get started somewhere down the line, but maybe we can pick it up as a week's project. And this is really cool, right? In the sense that I can change the color, I can set it to available, and I can set it to busy. It's still not doing that. Okay, it's the point is I'm not sure why it's not working, but the point is it does work most of the time. It's just showing no device connected, but we are going to ignore that for the time being. But the best thing about this is it can be controlled through an API, right? So I was wondering if I could connect it to an AWS billing API, if there exists one, and kind of figure out if if my billing goes away from a point, like say for example exceeds $10 or exceeds $20, kind of change the color here. Let's see if that is possible. I'm not sure if AWS has a billing API. Programmatic access to AWS billing data. Okay, so I think it is possible. So I'm not right. So maybe one of these days I'll explore that. But do let me know how do you think of what do you think of that idea, where we'll call this through AWS APIs and change the color. So like for example, if your bill changes to $10 or $20 threshold, you can change the color to green or red. Startup asks, where do we buy this? Maybe basically you buy it on, you can just search for Blink One, and let me just post the link. So this is the link, right? Yeah, so I'm not sure why it's not showing connected though, but yeah, that's what I've been planning. Do let me know what you think of this idea. Maybe we can try it out on one of the streams. Can you see me, folks? I kind of made a small boo-boo here, and yeah, can you hear me? Yes, cool. So yeah, that was my idea. Kind of connect the AWS billing API if there is one. Looks like there is one. I haven't explored it much, but maybe build something like, hey, if your bill exceeds $10 or $50, change the blink light to red, right? Just cool stuff like that. Maybe we'll get onto one of those streams. We'll do that on one of those streams. Controlling the blink light through IFT, yes, that is something that you can do by default, startup, but I kind of want to access the API and try and build something on that. Anyways, let's get into the skill. Okay. Right, so now I kind of need to refresh my memory because I opened the skill only during this stream. So I just need some time adjusting myself to whatever has been built so far. So let's just go to our DynamoDB and delete the user, because we need to execute the first time user the happy path scenario, right? That's what we are planning to do today. Right, so let's go to the DynamoDB access table, go in here, items, and delete this. Right, so now here's my happy path. My happy path is open the dialog quiz. There's an intro sound, and then I'm going to play an audio clip of a dialogue from a movie. You have to guess the actor followed by movie. That's all. So if the user is coming here for the first time, let's just mark it here. User comes to the skill for the first time, right? Okay, let's comment this out as well. We don't need access time sessions. Okay, now in here there's a first time welcome message, and we are getting this from the skill data.js file. No, we are getting it from the, where are we getting it from? We are getting it from the language strings.js file. So this is the first time welcome message, which says, welcome to the ultimate dialogue quiz. In this game I'll play an audio clip of a dialogue from a movie, and you have to guess the actor. In each game I'll pitch you against an opponent, blah 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 blah, beat your opponents and get to the top of our leaderboard. For the time being, I'm just removing this leaderboard part. Let's just remove it. We'll get to it eventually. Right, so this is the first time welcome message, and then assist message, and here's what the assist message looks like. To get started, I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'll play an audio clip of Marlon Brando from Godfather. When I ask, give me the right answer. Let's remove this, right? And now what I want to do is have the audio file play from the S3 bucket here, right? So, and I've never done this, but let's see if I can. So I had an S3 bucket. Let's open up the S3 bucket, and inside the S3 bucket, the dialog quiz action. I think I need to make this public. How do I make public? I think it's already public. Is it? Let's check. I'll just copy the object URL, right, and Command Shift P, okay, Command Shift N, yeah. Okay, access denied. Do I need to? Yeah, I think I need to go inside the block all public access policies. Public access. What kind of policy do I set to the dialog quiz so that it's like the files are accessible publicly? Do I just make all of them public? Satya, do you have any best recommendations on what to do here? I somehow think just unblocking all public access should be fine. I don't see a problem with that, but I'm pretty sure, like when I do that, there's a big warning error here, and there's a warning that goes on. So I'm not sure if that's the best practice to do, and I just don't want to run into a huge AWS bill because I just did something wrong in here. Make public. But yeah, let's check out what happens if we open it up now.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Okay, so I hope you guys can hear that. So right now, mm, in SSML, I would make them all access, but you can look at core configurations for more info. Where is core configurations auction box? Oh, you mean this one? Course configuration, maybe. I'll get into that best practice later on. I just hope I don't break anything and get into like a huge bill. I remember one of my friends who was working with S3 did some mistake and he had a bill for $50,000. Well, Amazon did ultimately write it off, but that's something that I don't want to wake up to. A $50,000 bill. I mean, I don't even have that much amount of money in my account or in my credit. Okay. Audio file, audio tag. Let's see. The audio tag lets you provide the URL for an MP3 file that the Alexa service can play, right? Does it say anything about what kind of... Yeah, I could use a S3 offering. I am not done. So let's try this out. Let's go to the code. Let's come here and then type in here audio src is equal to, right? Is this how the tag ends? Src is equal to, yeah, that's how it ends. Let's put in the URL here, right? Let's see if that works. Maybe let's just best practices for making a file in S3 bucket public. Block all public access, okay. Yeah, so it looks like that's correct. But what does this do? From the bucket list, click the bucket name again, select the permissions tab. But this time go to bucket policy sub item. This opens the bucket policy editor. So what's the difference between doing this and doing this? We'll get to that in a while. Let's see if the code has deployed. Okay, it's deployed. Moment of truth, folks. Let's try this out. Exit. Do we have a user? Nope, we don't. So let's simulate this.
Response.
Well, of course, something had to go wrong. What did we do wrong this time? What did we do wrong this time? Let's go to the monitoring part of this. Let's view the logs in CloudWatch. So it looks like it is creating the user.
There was a problem with the requested skills response.
It says the session speechless response was null, but how is that possible? Because this is what we are returning, right? Um, so we did add the user, and then we come in here and we just return this entire function, right? Or how about this? How about I just take all of this here? There's no return function at all, right? Why define the handler input twice? Let's keep it like this, right? And we can just remove this as well, and just change this to speak output is equal to welcome back user, right? So all we are doing here is just getting this, just keeping this variable here, and we just got the return method at the bottom. But that still doesn't answer why we're getting an issue. So console.log, we did land here. Hey, welcome to the stream, Harsh. Let's deploy now. What do you folks think of my keyboard noise though? Satya told me that sometimes it does get too irritating. But do you folks also feel that same way? For your information, I kind of changed my keyboard. I don't have the same keyboard anymore. I just have an Apple keyboard now to kind of go with that. And my wife is here is just laughing about that. And yeah, let's come. So just let me know, what do you think about the keyboard noise? Is it unbearable? Kind of okay. Let's delete the user. So the user is getting created for sure, so there's no issue on that part so far. Exit, open the dialog quiz. There we go.
Welcome to the Ultimate Dialogue Quiz. In this game, I will play an audio clip of a dialogue from a movie, and you have to guess the actor and the movie. In each game, I will pitch you against an opponent and give you 5 questions to get started. I am going to teach you how to do that. I will play an audio clip of Marlon Brando from Godfather. When I ask, give me the right answer. There was a problem with the requested skills response.
Oh, hey, welcome to the stream, Jeff. Jeff is raiding with a party of 20 people. Hey folks, welcome to the stream. My name is Karthik and I am building a skill where it will play an audio clip of a dialogue from the movie and you have to guess the actor and the movie. So yes, that's what I'm building in here. And so here's how it's going to work, right? So you kind of say, welcome to the Ultimate Dialogue Quiz. I'll play an audio clip of a dialogue, and then once it plays an audio clip, you have to guess who the actor is and from what movie it is from, right? So to get started with, I have a very simple one, which is Marlon Brando from Godfather. And because I've told you the answer, I'm pretty sure you guys know this one. But where did we? Let's open this up. Well, here's the URL. Where did we leave the URL? Yeah, so here's the URL. So open. So this is right. So that's what Alexa is going to say. It's going to play that audio file, and then my idea is that I would kind of get the user to pitch against another user. Now, the way we are going to achieve this is by doing something like, hey, you have the very first time I'm going to put in a dummy user, and that dummy user is going to be me, and I will have a random value generated as my score. And then the second user who tries it out, they will be pitched against the first user, and then the third user who comes into the game will be pitched against either one of these two users. So we are going to say, let's pitch your skills in the real world. Let me find an opponent worthy of you. I found the Lord of Sound from Seattle to compete with you. Here's your first audio clip. And then an audio clip plays, and then Alexa asks, okay, tell me the actor and the movie. So if you get both the movie and the actor correct, you get 10 points. But if you get either one correct, you just get 5 points, right? And this goes on until those 5 rounds. And then once you kind of, if you score more than your opponent, you win some points and you get added to a leaderboard. So that's what we are going to do. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Andrew, Lane, Kevin, Gold Zulu, W Giorgio. Great to have you guys here. Anyway, so what we were trying right now is, and I'm not sure what I missed in here, but I tried placing the audio file here. Hey Kevin Evans, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm just not sure why this is not working. All I did was I just put in an audio source here, and I put in the link of the file, but not sure if this is supposed to work. But let me test out in the speech simulator. Let's come in here, let's put it here, right? To get started, right? Tell me the answer. That doesn't work. What am I missing here? Include S3 file in audio Alexa SSML. I'm pretty sure I've done this at some point, at a lot of point while building a skill, but I'm pretty sure I'm doing something wrong here. Alexa skills using audio files. This is from Dataviz, a good friend of mine who runs this agency, Ankit Seth. So let's just see what these folks are doing. Well, yes, this is the simple audio source. It doesn't look like. Do I need to convert? I think that's what I missed. Do I need to convert that into the project rate? Kind of do this. Convert your MP3 files to a required codec version. I think that might be the issue. But if you have done this for your Alexa skill, just let me know how you figured this out. But yeah, it looks like I need to download Audacity or use Audacity for doing this. I'm not entirely sure though why this audio file is not working. How about this? Okay, let's see if I audio converter. Okay. Thanks for the link, Gold Zulu. Let's download this file. Let's upload the file here rather. Let's go to my S3 bucket, go in here. A link from the sound bank does work, Crazy Bone, properly. It does work properly, but I have a custom file today, right? This is a custom file, so I need to use that custom file, and this is a movie dialogue, right? So hey, this is pretty cool. I knew about this file. I knew about the Jovotech converter, but I never used it so far. Okay. Well, what am I supposed to do? Drop files here. Oh, you know what? I think I need to get the right one. Yeah. I dropped the file, but I don't see anything happening here. Is this a Brave issue? Um, do I need to open up Chrome, or do I need to open up Firefox maybe? Okay, so MP4 is not supposed to work. Let's go for MP4 to MP3. Yeah, let's just take any of these links. Let's just download. And at work, I kind of do this all the time, but I guess when you kind of are trying to do a live stream with some people watching you, I think there's just a lot of pressure. Don't mess up, Karthik. Don't mess up. And then, of course, you end up messing. But yeah, that didn't occur to me. We need to add the MP3 file. So let's just convert that to MP3. So here's what we need to do in that case, right? So I think first is that you need to have an MP3 file, and it needs to follow these things, right? To the required codec version, it should be MPEG version 2, and bitrate should be 48 kbps. Yeah, I might as well download Audacity because I see a lot of these things we are going to do a lot of these things. But yes, we will get there. Drop the file. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, you know what? For the time being, download. Let's save this. Let's come back, upload this to S3. I will get to a point. So I think what I can do ultimately is, if I have like a recording of, say for example, at least 100 or 200 movie clips, I can just kind of run a batch script and run them through the FFmpeg plugin and kind of upload it later to S3. Maybe that's something I can do. But anyways, yeah, I need to automate for sure, because there's no way I'm going to be doing this for 300 files or whatever. So let's come in here, let's upload, add files here, upload it, and then I kind of feel that I don't need to make this public all the time, but it doesn't hurt to just try it out once. So let's come here, and now let's remove this and let's paste this in here. Yeah, let's deploy it now. Let's deploy -d lambda, and now let's test what happens when we test the skill. Okay, so we've launched. You know what? I need to delete the user because this is going to be tagged as a return user. So I'm just going to delete the user for now. And in fact, you know what? For the purpose of testing, maybe I could just comment out the code which writes the user to the database. But yeah, let's try this out now.
Welcome to the Ultimate Dialogue Quiz. In this game, I will play an audio clip of a dialogue from a movie, and you have to guess the actor and the movie. In each game, I will pitch you against an opponent and give you 5 questions to get started. I am going to teach you how to do that. I will play an audio clip of Marlon Brando from Godfather. When I ask, give me the right answer.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Tell me the answer.
Okay, so that worked. And then finally what's going to happen is the user is going to say Marlon Brando from Godfather, and then Alexa is going to say something like, hey, you caught that pretty quick, so just look at my happy path. So when someone says Marlon Brando from Godfather, Alexa says, okay, you're learning fast, now let's pitch your skills in the real world, let me find an opponent worthy of you. right? So the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to teach the the user who is playing this game how to play this game, right? So kind of like a trial version, if you will call that. Think of it like the Mario game's first level, right? When the first level is so easy to play, and it's just ingrained in our memories, right? Because we've played that so many times, right? And it's so easy to win that first level, but it serves as a play path for you to kind of learn the game, and that's what I've been trying to do in this one, right? Now what I need to do here is come back to index.js, and I just noticed one thing is I just need to add maybe a space here to kind of get kind of a hey, journey started, welcome to the stream, and glad to have you here. Thanks for joining the stream, Satya. I really like the idea as well, Kevin. And the reason why I did this is because we recently conducted this game camp, Alexa Skills Camp, that I did it in the twitch.tv/Amazon Alexa channel. And while building the game, I kind of understood that sometimes people just don't know how to respond to the skill, and they'll just give you all kinds of responses. So if you use the first pivotal movement when they come into your skill to train them on how to use the skill, maybe that's a better way to do it. I'm not sure if this is going to be the better way. I mean, I need to launch it and see how users are going to behave with that. But yes, I'm open to all suggestions. Now, what we are going to do here is we have an answer intent handler. And what we had planned in here was we had an answer intent. And in the answer intent, we were capturing the Amazon actor and the Amazon movie. And so the moment you say one of these things, you basically say Marlon Brando from Godfather, you get to answer intent, and then you get the value, and you get the the value correct, right? So once you get this, you kind of tell the user that, hey, you did it right. So now, and this was code that I had written earlier, but I don't mind explaining to you folks again. But what we are basically doing is, once the user says Marlon Brando from Godfather, we are capturing those values, right? So we are saying handler input dot request envelope dot request dot intent dot slots dot actor dot value, right? So whatever the user says is something that you capture in these JSON here, and you get it in slots actor value, right? So this is where you get it, and you can then just do a simple check where you say that if the actor is Marlon Brando and the movie is The Godfather, you say handler input dot input answer underscore correct underscore first time, which if you look at my language strings, it says, woohoo, that was easy, wasn't it? I'm sure you're now ready to start your journey. Let me find a player for you to compete with, right? So this is when the answer is correct for the first time, where they kind of followed our instruction and they said that, hey, this is Marlon Brando from Godfather, right? Because that's what we are asking them to do. And what I'm going to quickly do here is kind of have a right answer audio branding. And let's go back to speech here and look for the sound library. I think there is a, where's the sound library? Yeah, there's the sound library. Game show. So where's the right answer? There is a positive response 1. Okay, so let's see how that sounds. Yeah, so I think I'm going to just go with this one. It's just straightforward, pretty much straightforward. So I'm going to come in here, put it in here, so that the first time they say something, it gives them the tidding sound and then goes in from there. Okay, so now what we also did here was kind of, so if it's the first time the user is coming in here, let's create a session first attribute and set that as true, because that's what we are testing out here. If the session attributes is true, as in it's the first time the user is coming in and the answer has to be Marlon Brando and The Godfather, then you say that, hey, this is correct, right? Else, if they did not get any of these values correct, if they did not get either Marlon Brando or Godfather correct, we are going to say something like, you just had one job to do. All you had to say was Marlon Brando from Godfather. Anyways, let's move on and start the game. Let's find a player for you. Right, so I kind of don't want to kind of keep testing them on the trial question. If they get it wrong, that's perfectly fine. Just explain to them that this is how you play the game. But yeah, that's where what we are doing here. So let's deploy this. I think this was not working because I didn't define the session attributes here previously. But yeah, let's deploy this and see how that experience goes for us. Let's come in here, let's delete the user. Don't need this user anymore for the time being, so let's just delete it. And then let's just wait for the deployment to happen. And folks, I might have to run, as I mentioned, I have an office call in almost 10-15 minutes, so I might have to stop for today in a while. But yes, I usually, for people who are joining the stream for the first time, make sure you hit the follow button and be notified when I go streaming. I usually stream from 9 p.m. IST to 11 p.m. ISTs on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. So yeah, that's something. Let's try this out. Let's test out the skill now. Let's do an exit.
Welcome to the Ultimate Dialogue Quiz.
Thanks for stopping by, Ice Cream Courts. Glad to have you on stream as usual.
And you have to guess the actor and the movie. In each game, I will pitch you against an opponent and give you 5 questions. To get started,
So I removed the dot. I kind of put a space after the dot.
I will play an audio
So
clip of Marlon
that's why
Brando
that.
from
So
Godfather.
previously
When
Alexa
I
was
ask,
speaking out
give me the right
dot.
answer.
I just removed that.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Tell me the answer.
I'm going to say Marlon Brando from Godfather. And let's-
Wahoo! That was easy, wasn't it? I am sure you are now ready to start your journey. Let me find a player for you to compete with first_time.
Right, so why is that failing? So let's come here and let me just we'll fix this. Do we have a first_time variable? We don't have a first_time variable, which is why this failed. But why did I keep in there? Okay. So anytime I have an issue, I always kind of refer back to my happy path, and this is the kind of script that I have. And what I do in this script is kind of flesh out how my entire skill is going to work like. And I usually start with the happy path. We do have a very advanced course called as the situational design course, where I can kind of go in there and make an entire situational design, and I will get to that point. But just to get started with, I'm kind of having this happy path right in there. But yes, out here, find an opponent worthy of you. And what did Alexa say? Find a player for you to compete with. And then it said first time. So I don't think we need this first time for the time being. Or do we need it? Found player. I think I'll need the found player value, right? Kind of given. So yeah, so I think what I wanted to do here the last time was the reason why I put this in here was to tell the user that we found a player for you, but also have like a processing logic in there. So again, using this audio sound bank, so let's just hear how that sounds like. As usual, let's come in here and delete this user. Actions, delete. Let's try this out again now. Open the dialog quiz.
Welcome to the Ultimate Dialogue Quiz.
So I also have another issue at this point. The audio clip of Marlon Brando from Godfather, it's not too loud. Maybe I'll need to check if it's just a device thing. So I'll just test it out on the device as well. But I want to make sure that sometimes
I will play an audio clip of Marlon
Yeah.
Brando from Godfather. When I ask, give me the right answer.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
now
Tell me the answer.
Now the problem with this is a lot of users when they have devices with them, they don't keep it at high volume, right? So I need to make sure that either the audio file is proper, so that if it's a hushed tone, users just pick it up properly, right? They can hear it and they can answer it properly. And maybe I'll also put in a repeat intent at this point, where they can say, hey, repeat that file, so that they can hear the audio file play again, right? So that's something. So let's come to Marlon Brando from Godfather. I kind of messed this up. Open the dialog quiz. Okay,
Welcome back.
let's delete it. Actions, delete the user. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. I can bump it in Audacity, or maybe even I'm pretty sure FFmpeg does that as well. I've worked with FFmpeg a long time back in a web app that I tried to integrate that. So I'm kind of pretty confident that I can run a batch processing, which just goes through all these things and gets the right, the right volume.
Welcome to the Ultimate Dialogue.
Let's just skip.
Wahoo! That was easy, wasn't it? I am sure you are now ready to start your journey. Let me find a player for you to compete with. I found someone to play with you. The player is.
Right, so yeah, that's what we have achieved so far. So in today's streams, folks, what we learned was we first saw how to use the interceptors. This is something that was continuation from the last stream, where we used the interceptor to kind of save something into the database, fetch something from the database and save it to the session, and then we added the user. And then finally what we did today was made sure that whatever files that we have from Marlon Brando from Godfather, so we kind of got all of that into a S3 link. And while doing this, remember that if you're trying to play an audio file in Amazon in Alexa Skill, you'll need to follow this set of instructions that's here available in the audio set. Basically a certain codec and a certain bitrate, right? So that is very important, right? So it should be an MP3 file and the bitrate should be 48 kbps. So that's something that you need to do. And then once we did that, we uploaded that to an S3 bucket. Now in the S3 bucket, I've uploaded it, but I'm still not sure about the best permissions for this. So right now I've just gone with block all public access, but I think that's not something that I should do. Maybe there's a better way to handle this, and I will definitely handle that in a better way. But yes, that's what I'm planning to do. And then once we uploaded the file, all we did was we called that S3 file by just putting in the link, and then we kind of also worked on our logic here a bit. and the answer correct first time, answer wrong first time logic, that's sorted out. So now that that is sorted out, what we are going to do next is we are going to find a player and start the entire quiz round, where there will be 15 questions asked or 20 questions asked, or even 5 questions. I'm not yet decided, but you have those 5 questions asked. Alexa will speak it out. The user has to guess and they get some points. So that's something that we will start working on from the next stream onwards. But yes, thanks everyone for joining in. For the folks who just joined in from Jeff's raid party, I stream on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays 9 to 10 IST, 10:30 to 11:30 ET, and 7:30 to 8:30 PST. So do join in, hit the follow button, and be notified whenever I go live. And this is what I'm planning to do. And thanks everyone for joining in. Hope today's session was useful and you got to learn something. I did get to learn a couple of things about S3 and Audacity and FFmpeg. But yes, as usual, I always have fun doing this stream. Thanks everyone for joining in, and see you all on Friday, where we will definitely do the stream for 2 hours. So bye bye, take care and stay healthy.